So let's just sort that out. Good evening, everyone. Match 18 of the 1979 Cricket World Cup was played today. It was a Group 2 match between Rhodesia and Australia at Kandy. A victory for Australia would knock Rhodesia out the World Cup. Rhodesia looking to cause an upset by beating a unconvincing Australia so far in this World Cup. This is the final outcome as we look at the match reports. Once again, it's a bit blurry, so let's still blurry. It's going to change. That's better. Sorry about that. I had to press the screen twice to get it actually on. This was the outcome of this match. Incredibly, Australia won the toss and elected to bowl first on a slow, normal pitch. It was exactly a similar pitch to the one that Sri Lanka won so thrillingly at Colombo last night. They got off to an absolute sensational start. They hit 60 runs off the first 10 overs, which we haven't really seen this World Cup, and they hit 100 off the first 15 overs. I mean, look at that top order, 54, 14, 34 and 39. They were 149 for 2 from their first 30 overs. They're going at 5 and over, and you're looking at probably a 250 score for Rhodesia there. But then 3 wickets in 10 balls from Alan Hurst, the star bowler, completely changed the game, and they collapsed. They lost their final 8 wickets for just 62 runs to be bowled out for 211 in 45.4 overs. Going at the low order, middle order, 3, 2, 7, 16, 17, 5 and 2 not out. The bowlers did a really good job in the end, despite it being expensive at times. 44 for 2 for Gary Cozier, 1 for 22 for Graham Porter, 18 for 0 for... It's a bit blurry on the left-hand side. Are we going to... Well, it ain't improving, is it? Hope you can see this properly. 0 for 18 for Alan Border, 4 for 46 for Alan Hurst. He went for 23 runs in his first 3 overs, and then obviously took those 3 wickets in 10 balls and turned his form around. 7 wickets in the tournament now for Alan Hurst, 1 behind Mark Hendrick of England, Imran Khan of Pakistan, and Mohinder Manaf of India. 34 for 2 from returning Rodney Hogg. He went for a few runs earlier on, but he got the first wicket of the match just to calm it down. 1 for 43 for is it Jeff Dimmock towards the end of the innings. In response, they got off to the worst possible start. Rick Darling went for first ball duck, and you're thinking, just hang on a moment here. Are we going to have a similar outcome to what Sri Lanka did yesterday when they collapsed to 29 for 5 in the first 10 overs? But Alan Border, an out of form Andrew Hilditch, was protected brilliantly from Border. He took most of the strike and hit 85 of 88 deliveries. A marvellous innings from Alan Border. Brilliant shielding of Andrew Hilditch. Andrew Hilditch played brilliantly for 91 off 118 deliveries in the end. With Captain Kim Hughes, 22 of 26 towards the end, and 9 off just 7 deliveries for Graham Yallop. He finished the match with back-to-back boundaries, 212 for 3. Australia winning in just 40.2 overs. Wonderful performance. They tried everything, Rhodesian bowlers. The 2 slow left-armers at the top there, 28 for 0 and 32 for 0. Medium pacer, 34 for 0. 38 for 0 for the spinner. I thought the 2 fast bowlers bowled pretty well, actually. 31 for 1 and 47 for 2. They deserve full credit on what turned out to be a pretty easy run chase in the end for Australia. Probably the most convincing performance of the tournament so far. The final summary, again, Zimbabwe versus Australia at Kandy. Australia won the toss and let the bowl on a slow, normal pitch. They were in trouble after 30 overs, but eventually they bowled Rhodesia out for 211 in 45.4 overs. They chased runs down comfortably, 212 for 3 in 40.4 overs. 40.2 overs, I'm afraid. Sorry to say. Australia winning by 7 wickets. Man of the match. Alan Hurst with 4 for 46. This is what it means. Rhodesia are out of the World Cup. It means that Rhodesia are out of the World Cup. They've only got that final match against the rebel South Africa 11 to endure. Well, that's actually better, actually. just dragged something, and you know what he thinks. Australia second on net run rate. Ireland and New Zealand are there. If West Indies beat Rebel South African 11 in the next Group 2 match in a couple of days' time, that will be it for them, I think, because of the run rate will be too impossible to probably catch up Ireland, New Zealand and Australia. Tomorrow's match, Pakistan versus Holland. Pakistan win tomorrow. They will be the third team to officially go through to the quarterfinals here in Sri Lanka. And obviously, if they win tomorrow, it would all but guarantee India and Sri Lanka a place in the quarterfinals as well and wrap up Group 1. Let us have a look at Australia's star players. I'm going to have a little talk in a moment. Something that I saw in the match earlier. Just save the thing. Both Alan Hurst and Andrew Hilditch have both had very good days indeed. We'll have a look at Alan Hurst's performance now. His average has now gone down to 19 with a ball. So 7 wickets and 3 matches, an average of 19. He's starting to really look good now. Andrew Hilditch, 128 runs in 3 innings. His average has now gone up to 42 thanks to that brilliant 91 against Rhodesia. So Australia have won, but there was an incident where Alan Border misfielded. It went for 4 overthrows, and Kim Hughes had a go at Alan Border, and Alan Border retaliated a little bit to Kim Hughes. There was a little bit of a disagreement there, and afterwards, everyone was praising Alan Border for his 85 of 88 deliveries. Quite right, he protected Andrew Hilditch brilliantly, and that's the reason why Hilditch ended 91 off 118 deliveries as far as I'm concerned. Alan Border, absolutely magnificent. Even Ian Chappell said he is a future Australian captain. And we all know what Ian Chappell thinks of Kim Hughes, don't we? But during the interview, Tony Cozier went to Kim Hughes. It was a brilliant performance by Alan Border. And Kim Hughes said, well, Andrew Hilditch did it all by himself. He did not praise Alan Border. He said there was 2 players. I suppose in a way he's saying it's more of a team game, but I think there was a little bit of needle there at Alan Border being given all the credit. Realistically, I think there is a little bit of needle between those 2 players, but we'll have to wait and see whether anything comes of it. Tomorrow's match, Pakistan versus Holland, match 19 of the tournament. Pakistan looking to become the 3rd team to reach the quarterfinals here in Sri Lanka, and all but end Holland's chances and help India and Sri Lanka possibly reach the quarterfinals as well tomorrow. So until tomorrow's match report, Pakistan versus Holland. Here, this is me, Lawrence Howard, reporting on the 1979 Cricket World Cup being played on Brian Lara Cricket in Sri Lanka on PlayStation. Until tomorrow, bye-bye.